back for another quick live. Today's topic for our live stream is really focused on breaking that cycle of chronic pain and what you can do to start today to start towards that healing process. All right. So let's jump right into it. If you are watching right now, just want to let you know that these are going to be weekly live streams. Okay. I've committed to doing them weekly as a way just to help more people and get more information out there. So if you're listening and you like this, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, tell me that you're watching so that I know to keep going. Right? I want to make sure that when I'm out here, I'm actually able to help people. And if you are one of those people that is watching and you're enjoying it, again, like I said, make sure you give me a thumbs up, tell me, hey, I'm loving it, say something just so that I know you're out there and I can keep helping you solve this problem. Okay, so looks like we're all set up. So as I mentioned, today we're going to dive into breaking the chronic pain cycle. And really, I want to give you actionable steps today so you can start using these things to start your healing journey. I mean, most of you are probably on a healing journey already, but just remember, all the information I'm sharing is just for educational purposes, and so you're always going to want to, talk to your healthcare provider before starting any new regimen or anything like that. Okay, so a lot of this is coming from my own experience, my research, and how I help clients all the time solve these problems. Okay, so if you're someone right now suffering from pain, I've been where you're at. I was a former athlete. I guess I consider myself an athlete still. I'm 41 years old now, but I used to have that athlete mentality of pushing through the pain. And I really thought that the best way to get out of pain was just to get stronger. Right? I tried doctors, chiropractors, exercises, everything, inversion tables, just whatever, traction machines, just everything. And the turning point for me really came when I learned that I had to listen to my body and treat pain as a signal, not an enemy. That was probably the biggest change. I realized I couldn't just keep ignoring the pain. And that's a huge realization that I hope to help you out with today, is just understanding that the pain that you're feeling is a signal from your body, right? So let's jump in, starting with the negative feedback loop. So chronic pain can create a loop where you avoid movement out of fear. So this makes the body adapt to inactivity, right? You're avoiding working out, for example. I see all the time people avoiding doing leg workouts. And what that happens when you do that is it creates more imbalances, more pain for the long term. And so you want to break that cycle and use the pain as a signal for change. So not as a sign to stop everything, but to listen to your body and realize you can't just keep pushing through and doing whatever it was you were before. Best way to do that is by building the mind-body connection. Like I said, pain isn't just physical. It is tied to your mindset. Stress, anxiety, they amplify pain. So reframing how you perceive pain and incorporating mental health strategies is really going to reduce its hold on you, right? That's super, super important. Taking it a step further, when you're thinking about the mind-body connection, is how do you enter into each time you do a workout or a training? How do you enter into that, right? Is your mindset on pushing through, building strength at all costs, or is it saying, hey, I want to listen to my body and really identify when things are causing pain or discomfort? I see a lot of people make the mistake of saying, I don't have pain, I only have discomfort. Well, what that is, you had a level of pain when it started, but you adapted to that, and now that's just discomfort to you. But if you gave that to like your son or daughter or your mom or something, they might say, hey, this is painful, right? If it was that same level, they might experience that as pain for them, right? So really understanding like what is pain is such a key thing to actually break through this, and like what is your pain level. Okay, so you want to assess that, understand it, right? Is really big. What is a trigger? Is it better or worse at certain times of the day? Keeping a pain journal or even just some notes to be able to track and reflect on what makes it worse or when it is worse. You'll see oftentimes when you have a lot of nerve pain in the morning, obviously you get out of bed, you're tight, it's probably more. You start moving throughout the day, it feels better. And then when you start, winding down for the day, it gets worse. You might realize that. And I see that as a trend as well. So you really want to really be in tune with your body, and tracking it can be a really good way to really get in tune with your body. Um, at the end of the day, you're going to want to prioritize movement, right? Movement that aligns with your body's natural design. So the body is designed to move. We are animals at the end of the day, right? And most animals move, except in our modern lifestyles, we get caught, doing what I'm doing right now, sitting in a chair, and then we do it all day. And so you want to use movements that align with your natural design, like walking, right? Walking is a great one. You want to avoid repetitive positions that strain your body, strain your back. If you're sitting in a position or in a chair, you don't always want to sit in the same position all the time. So while you might think, hey, I'm sitting in an upright position, or I'm sitting with a lumbar support, or I'm sitting tall, if you do that and you don't ever move, you're probably still going to run into problems. It might be better than the former position that you were sitting in, maybe if you were hunched or something. But at the end of the day, you want to have full ability of your body in all its movement planes, especially with simple day-to-day things. Like, you're not doing strenuous activity, you're just moving through the world, right? So if you are thinking about training, think about it from a holistic standpoint. Far too often, I see people just focusing on bodybuilder style training. And while that's great for building your body, it may not be the thing that you require to actually improve. So think about that when you're going into your training. Uh, the stuff that you may have done with a physical therapist is great as a starting point, but you're not going to want to go from that and say, hey, I started to feel great, and then jump right back into your routine. You may have to lower the amount of weight that you're using, for example, or lower the volume. So like if you were doing, so you're doing a bunch of deadlifts, 3 sets of 10 with a bunch of weight, you want to lower the weight, and maybe just start doing 1 set of a lower weight until you've built up enough capacity, you feel strong, and slowly build up over time, right? So this is as the idea of safe movement progression, right? So making sure that you gradually progress them is going to be really key. And then just making sure to body while you're doing it, right? So because the biggest mistake I see people make is just jumping right back into their normal routine, and that was the routine that actually got them to that point. Like, that was the thing that put them in the position that they were in. And then now they're like, hey, I'm just going to jump right back into it. I don't care. I'm just going to do whatever I was doing before. I'm healed now. And that's just a classic mistake I see all the time. So something to avoid: start slow, progress. Safe movement progression. The next thing is spine hygiene protocol. So pay attention to your posture throughout the day, taking regular breaks, changing positions, like I was talking about when you're sitting. Engage your core and glutes during simple movements. The core and glutes movement engagement is a big one, because I see a lot of times simple fixes when I work with people is I say, hey, let's just get your glutes and core active more when you're moving around, and that automatically provides a little bit of a extra support, and they're more aware of it, so they get stronger at doing hinging and bending over movements and squatting movements, and now they can start working on actually mitigating the pain, and it starts this positive loop, right? So just getting in touch with your body and realizing what muscles aren't really working or aren't really active is really important. Incorporate a daily routine is a big one. So starting your day, I used to, like I said before, I used to really do like a full morning routine before. So I would literally wake up and do like a 10-minute routine every morning without question, all the time. And I don't do that anymore. It's just not required. But at one point, I definitely did. And when you're trying to get out of a hole with this back pain, a lot of times this is some of the things that you have to do. Just to get out of the hole, you need to start to do things that are going to be positive investments, right? You think about it, your body's in a bad place and you want to get better. So what are those daily activities that you can do to start to improve your situation? So obviously morning routines, going for a walk can be a great one. Just getting up, throwing on some sweats, or wherever you live, just putting some clothes on, getting outside, 10 minutes, just walking around very lightly, just getting the blood flow. Great way to get your mind right as well. For some people, just doing like a light morning routine with some light core activity is nice. And then just throughout the day, just movement breaks, right? If you have an office job and you're sitting all day, get up, move around, get the blood flowing. Like, this is really like a holistic thing. It's not like one exercise or one training thing is going to fix your problem, because the problem has been going on for so long, and it's likely to do with a lot of things that are happening in your life, right? So before bed, you can unwind with a relaxing routine, just to make sure that you're feeling good when you get into bed, right? And I think this is such a key thing. In bed, you might start to find sleeping positions that keep everything in alignment. Classic one is just like pillow between the legs, if you're laying on the side, or back sleeping, and you have real bad back problems, you can put a pillow under your legs. But those are some of the things that you can do just to put yourself in a better position and to start break that cycle of chronic pain. Because like I said, I see it far too often where people are just end up thinking, hey, I'm going to do this one movement, I'm going to do this one training, this is going to be the thing that solves my problem. But if you stop and think about it, your problem isn't just because you did a workout and now you have pain. The likelihood is that this is a sign of other things. And so these are all things that I'll talk about when I jump on here quick. Like I said, if you're tuning in and you're watching this later, or if you're watching this now, give me a like so I make sure that I can keep doing these. I'm not going to do something if no one's watching, but I know that people jump in. So if you appreciate these, you like them, and they're providing some value to you, drop a comment, drop me a like, and we'll just keep these things coming. Okay. So that's all for today. I'm going to jump off, but I just wanted to jump on real quick to provide a little bit of value. Hope everyone has a great weekend, and we will